Hi, it's Kai.
Mark here,
And this is the Bebu broadcast. Hey guys, what's up
Hello,
with you?
everyone. Okay, so today we are reading another Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for saying a friend shouldn't come on a group trip because she doesn't have enough money? We're just in the early stages of planning this trip now, but it's supposed to be an almost week-long girls' trip. There are six of us who would go, but the problem is that one of the girls, let's call her B, doesn't quite have the budget for the trip. She
B is so like
she
enunciating.
can afford the flight and hotel room, so it's not like she literally can't pay for the actual trip itself. But because her overall budget is lower than everyone else's, she's not going to be able to afford all the activities.
Did they say
I
where?
I and the rest of the group want to do. When I've tried to kind of hint to her that maybe she should reevaluate going because of money concerns, she's brushed it off. But based on past experience, I know once we get there, she's going to start saying stuff like, "Oh my god, guys, the restaurant is so expensive. What if we just went to that cute food truck we drove past earlier?" And even though the cute food truck does end up having good food sometimes, you just want to go to a fancy dinner. Eventually, I said this to her straight up, and she got mad because she technically can pay for it, the actual trip, like flights and hotel. But I feel like she's going to be dragging the rest of us down by making us obligated to only do things she can afford. This is a tricky one because I genuinely see both sides. Like, I totally do get where she's coming from, and I actually have no clue if I'm in the right or wrong.
Oh, did they never
No,
mentioned
where they're
where they're
going, no,
going?
I
But
don't
I'm
think.
assuming because it's activities, it's probably like they're not gonna be staying in a hotel and
Yeah,
lounging.
probably gonna go out as
And
well.
second is they also did not mention if they're how long they've been planning the trip.
Yeah, early stages.
So for me, if it's early stages, like how long do you think? Like 2, 3 months?
No, probably like a week. They probably talked about it for like a week.
And then they're gonna be leaving the next week?
No,
No, I mean like how long do you think planning of a week long trip normally last?
probably a
Like
month, 2 months is long enough
I
time
don't think so. Cause here you have to ask for permission
to get off work
to get off work for a week if you have
and
day off.
flights as well.
So 3 to 6 months of planning, probably. For me, it's actually what they said. Like it's tricky because you can see both sides.
Mm,
I don't think she's 100% asshole.
mm,
Probably like 50-50 in a way that she could have communicated it better in a sense that like when you buy like a tour package,
mm-hmm.
it's if you get everything that's in that package, you pay for a certain amount. But if you take out different activities, it doesn't change the initial amount.
Gets.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So if there's since they're still doing the initial planning, the budgeting will be set in place and that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think with the friend B, I think she has money. She's just frugal. Like she just wants to make sure that she's getting bang for her buck. Because there's people who doesn't like eating in fancy food or doesn't want to experience it unless there's much more into it than going to a fancy and expensive restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay, how about you?
I think they just have to talk.
That's probably going to be our answer all the time.
Yeah, like they just have to set expectations. Like, for example, present plans of what to do at the place, at the trip. And then, majority, basically. If majority of everyone's okay with what you're planning to do,
Mm-hmm.
and one of you does not agree to do that, they don't have to join, technically.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can join us for the trip, but for that particular activity, I guess you could beg off. You could just do
Mm-hmm.
something else. I mean,
And not let B force them or guilt them into
yeah,
not proceeding to
correct,
whatever
correct. Like they
activity
could,
that they're.
if you guys want to do the dinner, that's fine. I'll just sit this one out. But I mean, we could always meet up for drinks after,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. I mean, again, if you're an adult and you have adult relationships or friendships, uh, you'd you'd prioritize either
And
one,
compromise.
yeah, you'd compromise being together at least at the same place, and do activities that you'd all enjoy, and I guess that are all affordable.
And OP also mentioned that this scenario isn't the first time. So it
Yeah,
happened before.
right, right.
So with that, even, you know, starting with the idea or initiating the idea of planning a new trip, even pre planning, you should have communicated to your friend like, hey, like we enjoyed going to the food truck instead of eating in that fancy restaurant, but it's not about the money. It's about, let's say, I want to try it because it's famous here or whatever.
Right, right.
Like, if, yeah, on some day, we can eat this cheaper than usual, but since it's our last night or this is our first night or it's the middle dinner of the trip, then we can treat ourselves into a fancy things. Because I understand how the B felt like when she was confronted and the line was, you don't have enough money for this trip. That whole line is really off putting. Because yeah, she can, but the details of the trip, I think she has money. I hope she has money, especially if she's traveling outside the country. You know what I
Yeah, but
mean?
based on the OP, of course, which they never mention like what she does and if she has an
Mm-hmm.
actual job. I think the point initially was, how do you reach, a median with among friends that,
Then don't go on a trip with them.
well, again, I think you have to be self-aware with what you make or how much you're
Mm-hmm.
willing to shell out. If you know within yourself that you really can't, and then don't go. I mean, if it's
Yeah,
again, this is probably a whole FOMO issue of like, but I wanna
with friends.
join. I don't
Yeah,
wanna miss out, but you can't afford it. You just gotta bite the bullet and accept that, and
yeah.
nothing's wrong with that.
And if you're the other three friends who wants that fourth friend be, oh,
Other five,
five,
yeah.
the
There's
other
six
four
of them.
friends, or the other five friends, I mean, sorry, who wants the B still included, then go to a cheaper trip or cut down your days because that's a whole
Yeah.
week.
Or some, I mean, if your friends are really, really nice, sometimes they would cover for you.
But you can't do that every
Oh, yeah,
trip.
definitely not every trip. And it's a case to case basis. I think in this context, well, personally, my assumption is the reason why it's an issue is because one, like you said, your assumption as well was she's probably just frugal.
Yeah. Or this is what I was asking. The reason I was asking, like, how long is it before the trip actually happens? Because if I was a friend, I'm gonna be like, oh, because so I just don't want the first scenario that us not eating in the fancy restaurant that we preferred did not happen because you wanted to eat in a cheaper place. Maybe sin if we're planning this March, if you don't have enough money in 3 months, maybe in 6 month time, you have more money, to save and save up for the trip.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
If we
yeah,
really want you to be there and I want you to be there and you want to be with us on that trip.
yeah.
Do you think OP is an asshole?
No, no, I don't think so. I think she was just being, well, one, practical, and a little, because it's one person. So majority speaks is they can afford the trip and they don't have a problem with the activities and choices made.
Assuming that they're just using this reason for the other person to not go.
Yeah.
Because again, if you want to, it you would make it work
Right,
without,
right.
hopefully without giving inconvenience to other people on that trip.
Yeah. I mean, you know, again, I would go back to, if a person is self-aware, you would know where your priorities lie, and if you can't afford the trip, then don't go. I mean, if they're really your friends, they're gonna understand. And again, they never mentioned having to cover for her as much, and they never mentioned that she's going through a hard time or that she doesn't have any money. So it's probably a cheap or frugal thing or habit that she has. That's why it's slowly becoming a problem, because probably they want to maximize experiences whenever they go on a trip.
Yeah, yeah.
And one person is, like they said, dragging them down with what they experience. So I don't think she's OP is the asshole here. I just really think they have to talk it out. If they're really good friends and they have really strong relationships, they just talk it out.
I mean, if you're traveling with somebody, especially for leisure, and you're not good friends, because I've heard a lot of horror stories of quote unquote close friends, and after the trip, they're not friends anymore.
Yeah, yeah. So you might want to avoid that. But yeah, I guess
Communication is the key.
like everything else, you just gotta talk it out. Tell them the truth. Hopefully they take it with a grain of salt and
Use kind words.
understand where you're coming from, and plan a better trip. I guess something that's
If you want everybody to be able to join and have fun and not, be scared on the expenses.
yeah. There's always a median.
Yeah.
All
As
right,
long as you want to, there's
away.
a way. All
Okay.
right.
So be kind to your friends.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see
Have a
you
good
guys next time. Have a good one.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye.